Hey, it's Matt with the New West, guys. It's just me, no Jeremy right now. He's keeping his distance. Want to give you guys sort of an update on all the stuff you've been hearing in the media about how busy the market is. And it's been a long time since we've done something like this. So it's about time you heard from us. Boring white background behind me. We're kind of redecorating to do a lot more video content for you this year and speak more to some of that stuff we used to talk about. Good buys, how to prep your house, that kind of stuff. So what I want to talk to you about right now is why the market is hot, where the hot spots are, what those indicators are, so how we as professionals really identify that and see where those hot spots are and how to be successful. And then the third thing is how people are being successful, how they're winning in a really hot market. It's only February. It's going to continue to get hot through the next several months. That is typically how this trajectory goes when we get a hot market. It picks up in February and it carries through March, April, and May, and then starts to cool in June. Now that's usually on a cycle based on when people want to put their attention elsewhere, like summer vacation. This year being a bit different, if we don't know we're taking summer vacation, we don't know if we're going to follow that same path. But what I know right now in February is it's really heating up and it's going to continue to go that way. So where are the hot spots? Let's start with detached houses. So all across New West, Coquitlam, and those areas, I'm hearing about it in Pitt Meadows, Maple Ridge. And even what's happening now is it's found its way to Abbotsford and Chilliwack with multiple offers, offers over asking price, unconditional offers, no inspection, all that stuff. So we're back to kind of like this real craziness. I've seen houses selling for $150,000 over asking. So we've got those types of situations. Why is that happening? Who are those buyers? Well, so many of those buyers are people who are saying, okay, COVID's changed my lifestyle. We're going to be home a lot more. I can tell with my profession, I'm going to be working from home probably for the next several years. And I need more. I need more space. I need a way to make this more comfortable. We can move further away from the city and we can do this. I think we've talked about this in past videos, but it's really catching on now that people really want that house. So really, really competitive in that segment. Just too many buyers and they're pushing the prices up. So the indicator that really tells me, not just if someone gets 5 offers or 10 offers on a house or that it sells $100,000 over asking, it's when the houses on the busy streets start selling to families, because that means that inventory has reached a point that those people realize the houses on the quieter streets internally, and usually this is in a good neighborhood to go with it, but it's on one of those main thoroughfares where there's a lot of vehicle traffic. And when those are selling over asking, that's how we really know we're in a hot market. So really limited supply on the detached. Entry-level house, if you want to get started, it starts at $1 million right now. So if you're hoping to get something under $1 million, that's going to be a pretty small house, a pretty small lot, not really probably what you had in mind when you thought of buying a detached house. 1.5 to 2 million is still really active. Those are houses that typically have a suite and they're a little more finished and you can just kind of move right in and feel comfortable, not feel like there's a lot of work on the horizon. And then we've had some sales north of 2 million. We had a sale in New West on 8th Avenue, nice neighborhood. It's in the Glenbrook neighborhood, a great place to be, but 8th Avenue is a bit of a busier street and it went for over $2 million. Sorry, when I say we, I'm speaking about we, the New West real estate market. I did not sell that house. I had nothing to do with it, but it's a fascinating piece of news to me in the industry. So that's detached. Let's talk about condos. Condos range from entry-level condos and any first-time buyers trying to get in kind of under $500,000. And then that next segment from $550,000 to $800,000 for a condo. Anything north of 800 is something pretty special, and that's its own category. And those typically never sell super fast because they fall into the luxury category, penthouses and that kind of stuff. So the entry-level condos, $500,000 around there, extremely active. I'm calling on those to make appointments. Generally, they're sold after the first week on the market. Some multiple offers, some not. Over asking, maybe a little bit, sometimes a little more than others. So it really depends on the product and if it's that one that everyone's kind of been waiting for. So really active in the entry level category. Once we get sort of in that $600,000 range, 6 to 700, they're the ones that people say like, oh yeah, that's the one that checks a lot of boxes for me. Those will sell in the first week. They're moving along. Over asking, not necessarily, some of them. Then there are others that have been on the market for a while. And as we enter these really busy markets, that's where you can find a bit of a deal. Something that's maybe been on the market for a month or two and has been maybe forgotten, it's been passed over. That's a great opportunity to pick something like that up, because as the new inventory comes on and people feel there's limited supply and they need to act fast, they jump on the new stuff. People tend to overlook old inventory, stale inventory. They think something's wrong with it. A lot of time there's nothing wrong with it. Just so happens it came on the market in December and January we're not nearly as active. So a listing now that's 2 months old, it just might seem like something's wrong with it, but December and January are never terribly active months. So keep that in mind. That's where you can get good deals. So who's winning in this? If you're a seller selling a house, I just talked about how you get multiple offers and you sell it really fast. Well, that sounds like a pretty good win. It's not always a win though, because there's the other side of the coin. Once you sell that house, you typically have to find somewhere else to go. If you're downsizing to one of these $700,000 condos, you're definitely winning. You have a lot of control. But if you're selling an entry-level house for 1.1 million and you want to buy something for 1.6, it's still incredibly competitive. So you're still putting yourself at risk where, yes, maybe you've sold that house in multiple offers and you felt you had a lot of control, but now you're at the whim of the market for buyers trying to buy at 1.5, 1.6, and you might find the perfect house, write an offer on it, and lose. So there's a lot of things to sequence. We always talk about that, sequencing. No one person in their situation is the same, so we can always talk about that with planning. But just because you can win as a seller right now doesn't mean it's an overall win. You do need to create a good, cohesive plan. As a buyer, if you're a first-time buyer, yeah, you've got a lot of control. You're coming out of a rental and you can choose the right place. That's great. If you're trying to upgrade from a condo and you're selling an entry-level condo and buying another type of condo that's sort of up the chain, that's a good situation to be in because lots of demand at the entry level and less demand where you want to buy. If you're selling a $600,000 condo and you want to go buy a townhouse for $850,000 or you want to buy a house for $1.1 million, that's really tough right now. So you're going to have to be really sharp on your price on that condo, and it's going to be really difficult on the purchase because just because you sell your condo doesn't mean you can just walk out and buy that house that you want. Really, really difficult circumstances right now. We've done this a lot. Jeremy and I both, 10 years, we've seen a lot of different cycles of really busy markets like this. It can be navigated. It's tough. It's mentally challenging, but if move is what you want to do, absolutely we can help with that. We appreciate you watching and listening and getting this insight. If you're not in our New West area, and maybe you've been thinking about sort of that Abbotsford or Langley or Chilliwack, we have some great agents out there who would love to refer you to, who have kind of a similar philosophy and approach as we do. So definitely get in touch with us if you think we can help. We just love that you're taking in this information, educating yourselves. So again, thanks for watching. Hope to do this again soon.